Okay. Part two. Here's, I'm sorry. So it's over September, October, November. It's new and you volume. And here's what I want you to understand. You guys, we are working on the 30 and 30 challenge, and there are so many of you that are about to sign up 1, 2, 3 new business builders. Okay, I've been talking to you. I know what's happening. And if you haven't been doing the 30 and 30, start it today and go through the whole month of September. You guys, I'm telling you, this is about adding team. But here's the thing with the with the cash incentive is that those new consultants that you sponsor during this 3-month period, their volume counts. Okay, it counts towards that overall goal. So it's actually, if you think about, if you have 1, 2, or 3 people that are going to be starting their business and they're working to district manager and they promote by December 1st, you guys, that is a lot of volume. That is a ton of volume. You can so get this extra cash. Like, it's so available to you. It is like right there. And better than the extra cash, I have to say, is the fact that your business is going to be further. Like your commission check is going to grow. Like your team is going to grow. So doing this on your own, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, I think that's crazy. You know, you could probably earn the first level on your own for sure, but getting the second or the third level, the 200 or the 250 or the $500 in cash, it requires adding team. So I want you to be focused on being that business builder magnet. Okay. And you guys, so many great things, like with going to Green Bay and being at that retreat, and then the books that I have been reading lately. I'm telling you that You're a Badass is so funny and it's awesome. And if you need that shot of confidence for yourself, will you hurry up and get that for yourself? Because that book is so great about, like, come on, get out of your head. You are amazing and you can do whatever you put your mind to. But I want you to think about, I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was talking to someone earlier on in the week this week, and there is a difference when you're doing the 30 and 30 and you're asking someone to take a look, and however you're getting them to take a look, right? Like I am working on virtual tools. I really, would love for you to evaluate them. I totally respect your opinion. And these are people that I'm saying that too, because I really do. I'm not making that up. Like, they're fantastic people. But in my mind, of course, I'm like, gosh, I would love to have you on my team. At some point in the conversation, when I'm following up, when, I'm asking the questions, and, at the end, it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you, after seeing these videos, we talk about it, but I also want to know, in 5 years, where do you see yourself? That's such a great question. What do you see for yourself? Are you super jazzed about it? Are you totally excited? And the reason why I ask this is I think you're phenomenal. And, have you ever thought about doing something like this? And of course, the answer is always, oh, no, Julianne, no. That's always the question. The answer. But the thing is it's starting to plant the seed, but then at some point, whether it's in that conversation or a subsequent follow-up, because if they're not on products, I'm going to send samples, or maybe they've never tried the nutrition. I'm like, oh my gosh, you so need to try it. Let me get you some samples. And, I'd love for you to listen to this call. And you guys, the Mo Boger Discover Arbonne call right now is totally my favorite. Because I really, truly would love to get your feedback. But I will say this. I'll say, listen, I'm just going to put it out there. I want you to know that my intention of talking to you was absolutely that I respect your opinion. And I really wanted you, I wanted somebody on the outside to, give me some feedback. But the other thing that I need to say is, as I'm talking to you, I want you to know that I would absolutely love to have you be a part of our team. You'd be amazing. and you would knock it out of the park. And I'm sure you're thinking, oh my gosh, no way, would never do that. I get it. I felt the same way. And maybe this is not a fit, but I don't ever want you to think that I don't want you, because this is amazing. And what it has given me and my family is way more than even finances. And I feel like I absolutely have the best thing in town to offer people. And this is about, being a people builder and living a life of purpose and totally supersizing your life, like literally being your best. So what I'm saying to each of you is, you're asking, right? And you're putting it out there, which is a big deal. And I get that you have to like build up your confidence and maybe listen to some awesome music before you make the phone calls. Like, I totally get it. Because I'm there too sometimes where I get in my head and I start doubting. But you got to kick doubt out. But then I want you to think about, am I speaking the way a national vice president in Arbonne would speak to this person? Think about that. Because when you're holding back because you're worried about getting the no, you're worried about what they think about you, you're worried about, oh, I don't want to put pressure, right? You are actually putting the way you speak, the words you use, what you don't say affects the result. And so I want you to think about, I really want you to contemplate when you're talking to someone, even if you're like, I don't have that crazy belief yet. I haven't made over $1,000 in Arbonne yet. I haven't seen the big money. I don't have the white car, whatever. That talk in your head is actually preventing you from building the team that will get you there. And the whole point of this system and us being together and training and me talking to you and you seeing Ion Arbonnes and listening to SoundClouds is you need to borrow belief. And it is okay to borrow belief. You guys, this business is for real. Just because it hasn't happened for you yet doesn't mean it's not for real. That's crazy. Like, if I would have waited to know that it was real, I never would have promoted. It was that I saw other people and I thought, dang it, they're great, but I'm just as good as they are. And I'm willing to work. And I know people who are awesome who would also be willing to work. No one is expecting a total free ride. We're not like hyping this like, oh, you don't have to do anything. You get to choose working this into your day, and it doesn't even have to be big chunks. If you spend 15 minutes every day focused, making phone calls, reaching out to people, you will be moving your business forward, right? And you doing this 30 and 30 moves your business forward. But I want you, if you're inching out, you're getting that courage, right? You're like inching out on the branch. I want you to get out on that skinny branch, and I don't want you to be clinging to it. I want you to be standing on it, because what happens is when you are out there and you're ready to leap off, that's when you fly. That's when you fly. And it's so hard because it's like, we so badly want assurance that we're going to be okay and that it's going to happen for us before we take that leap. But you actually have to take the leap before it happens. Your parachute will open. It is not going to let you down. And I am not saying that there are not going to be people that tell you no. There are totally going to be people that tell you no. And I'm not saying that you might have somebody who doesn't understand your motivation and you have to prove to them that you're not going to bug them about Arbonne forever. I mean, you just have to be okay with being uncomfortable for a little while. But what you get is more than everything you want. More than everything you want. And you're so scared and you inch out. And what I can't stand is when you inch out and you take that step, but you take it in such a way where that person, they're like, oh, yeah, thanks. I mean, it's kind of interesting or whatever, but you're not saying what's on your heart. You're not saying like, listen, I know what's in you. I know that you totally want to make a difference. And you are to a certain degree, but wouldn't it be amazing to wake up every morning and feel like, oh my gosh, I get to do this. I get to help other people. I get to like have an absolute blast. And it's about skincare and nutrition products. That's like what it's surrounding. Like, oh my word, how crazy is that? Each one of you has a special purpose. You have a special purpose in this business that's unique to you. Some of it is that you want to be that light of everybody deserves to take some time for themselves. Everyone deserves to take care of themselves. And the fact that you like, oh, I don't have time to wash your face. Well, if you don't have time to wash your face, you need to do this business. Like, oh my word, life is too short. It is too short. And I know I'm totally like on a rant right now, but I feel like I've just been filling myself with all sorts of great information, and I'm busting because I'm like, you know what? Get over myself. Like, I kind of don't care. Like, if someone thinks, oh, Julianne asked me to do her business, I would never do that. Like, they don't get it, and that's fine. Like, but I know by doing that, I'm going to find the people that are looking for this that have no idea they're looking for it. They don't know that they're looking for this. And we have to go through that being bold and asking and being like, you'd be fantastic. And I would love to do this business with you. I would love to make an income with you. This would be so much fun. And I just don't want to leave this conversation without you being really clear. If anything ever shifts in your life, if you ever start thinking about, gosh, what could I do more of? Or if you're starting to feel like I'm not really fulfilled, I want you to call me. I want you to think of me, and I want you to call me, because this business is all about fulfillment. It is all about fulfillment. That's what we do. So get out on the skinny branch, but be standing on the skinny branch, okay? And jump off the skinny branch and be like, here's the deal. This is what I'm up to. I am moving. I would love for you to have this because I'm going to have it. Are you speaking like that? Because I did. And even when in my mind, it's like, oh my gosh, I hope this works. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm right. I don't want to let anybody down. Blah, 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 blah. It was in my head, but I choose to be like, I'm ignoring that. I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it because it's all BS. I've seen people do it, and people are doing it all over the place, and they have the same tools and the same resources that you do, the exact same stuff. We all have the same Arbonne. So it's our choice, right? It's totally our choice. And I want this to be your time to shine, where you are like, oh my gosh, I am so glad I ripped the Band-Aid off. So I'm also going to post a call that I listened to this morning, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Because you know how, like I just said, I'm kind of obsessed with Mo Boger right now. And Marcy Van Bibber posted that amazing call about Because I Said I Would. Oh, so amazing, right? Because you said you would. You're just going to do it, and do it regardless of feelings. You guys, this is about building an income and working and doing a job. And you don't get to be like, oh, I really don't feel like going into work today. Or, oh, I really don't feel like making my kids lunches today. Oh, I really don't feel like doing laundry today. So you just don't do it. Or you don't go to the grocery store. Or you don't, pay those bills because you just don't feel like it. Like, no, you have to do it anyway. So stop running your business by feelings. Like, oh my gosh, do it. And it's when you do it that you start feeling so much better. It's when you stop doing it that you're like, oh, I don't know if this is working. And then all the discouragements come up. It's just this awful cycle. So I'm going to post this call by Mo Boger, and it's about how to triple your volume. And I want you to really listen to this call. It is phenomenal. I've listened to it twice. And take notes. And some of you, this is exactly what you need to do. And others, I just wanted to give you that courage of in the 30 for 30, maybe in the 5 piles that she talks about, like make sure there's at least 30 names, right? And go for it. Rip the Band-Aid off and go for it, because you will never regret doing. It's always the stuff that we don't do that we regret. And I'm saying all this stuff, and I just want you to know I'm not perfect. I get all in my head. I get totally messed up. I'm in this with you. I totally get it. And that's what's so silly about it too, is, you know what? As time goes on, your belief grows and whatever, but this business is consistently pushing away that doubt and being like, no, this isn't about me. This is about the people that need this. And by me being bold and brave and being on purpose, there are lives that are going to change. Marcy Van Beber posted yesterday, you guys, and makes me tear up. Her husband, Mark, he is such a workhorse, and he's had a few jobs that just were really sucking the life out of him. And he just walked away because he can. And she has always wanted that ability. And he's going to find a job. It's not like he's just going to sit around, because I don't think that that's good for anyone. I think we all have to have something, right? But he's able to do that and take time. And I was in the kitchen with Beth when she was scared to call Marcy. She was scared to call Marcy. And she's like, I don't know. It's so weird. I don't even know her. Our moms are friends. She's going to think I'm just a psycho. Like, she was in my kitchen. And I was like, Beth, you pick up that phone and you call, because you know she has a need, and who knows what's going to happen. But by you doing that, other great things are going to happen. So you do that. And I just think, thank goodness she did that, because Marcy's life is forever changed. And if Beth would have gotten in her head about, and not called her because she didn't even know her and get all, like she had all these reasons that we all have to not call people, Marcy wouldn't have that. She wouldn't have what she has. And so this isn't about you. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but it's just so, my life has been so drastically changed by this. So unbelievably changed by the stuff it's been allowed me to do. And so this isn't just about the dollars, and it's not just about the products. This is about people's lives and that they matter, and having freedom and some flexibility. And so what you are giving, what you are offering is so big. And so if somebody says no, you love them where they're at, but it's not about you. They either just don't see it yet, or they're just not supposed to be in it. And that's okay. But you're doing your job. I love you guys. I hope you have the best Labor Day weekend. I want you to get your stuff in order if it's not already in order. I've written my goals. I know what I'm up to. I'm really excited. And I just want to encourage you. You are not alone in doing this. And you guys, we are going to rock this fall. 2016. It's going to be like, what happened in, the Pure Living team? What happened? And Marcy's Nation too. I mean, I know, like, we are just going to light this place on fire. Okay. I'll talk to you soon.